Coming up tonight, Foreign Ministers begin special meeting. Fiji wins Hong Kong Sevens, and Navy told to clean up Maritime School. Good evening, I'm Sandra Asan. Foreign ministers from member MSG member countries begin their two-day meeting today. This after senior officials and the MSG Secretariat had worked tirelessly to deliberate on a range of political, trade, economic, social and Secretariat organizational issues of interests to our membership.
Melanesian Spearhead Group Chair and Fijian Prime Minister Josiah Bainimarama in 2011 had directed that government exhaust all efforts in terms of time and resources to ensure that MSG is an internationally recognized organization by lifting its political profile as the voice of the Melanesian region. Foreign Ministers Chair Ratu Inoki Kambumbola, in welcoming the MSG Foreign Ministers, said that the long-term political stability and unity amongst all people and countries of the region was crucial, and that the MSG played a critical role in establishing the platforms for advocating good governance, mitigating the devastating effects of climate change, promoting and preserving the unique Melanesian history, culture and heritage, and foremost, enhancing Melanesian bonds and commonalities.
Colleague Ministers, our organization has stood the test of time despite being confronted with a multitude of challenges. We have demonstrated a strong resolve and unity as a region bound by a common cause, a cause that is clearly articulated in our agreement establishing the MSG. I wish to highlight that the purpose of the MSG, as stipulated in the agreement establishing the MSG, is to promote and strengthen inter-membership trade, exchange of Melanesian cultures, traditions and values, sovereign equality, economic and technical cooperation between members, and the alignment of our policies in order to further MSG members' shared goals of economic growth, sustainable development, good governance, and security.
It was also pleasing to note that major progress had been achieved in laying the necessary building blocks for advancing the purposes of MSG as a respectable regional organization. In the true spirit of Melanesian tradition, customs and values, we have also managed to resolve contentious issues through dialogue and solidarity.
Next year marks our organization's 25th anniversary. I believe that it will be an opportune time for us to reflect on our achievements as a region and set a vision for our future. One of the key areas that was developed as a result of MSG Corporation since its founding in 1988 is the inter-membership trade through the MSG trade agreement. The agreement is being reviewed and will be tabled for our consideration this morning. We will also be considering a skills movement scheme which will demonstrate our commitment to source skilled labor from within our region. Colleague Ministers, this will be a landmark achievement for the MSG.
And as we look ahead into the next 25 years, it may be useful to ask ourselves, where else does the MSG need to extend its cooperation, the desired outcomes, and where we are headed? Our collective vision is vital in enabling the MSG member countries to better anticipate the challenges ahead and, foremost, achieve the tangible and binding outcomes for the good of all in the Pacific region.
The Prime Minister Bainimarama has given the Fiji Navy 2 weeks to clean up the Fiji School of Maritime Studies. This is after he visited the school this morning. Paradise Tundra with this report.
The Fiji School of Maritime Studies was started in 1975, and today was the first time that the Prime Minister Bainimarama visited the school after concerns were raised by staff members. The Prime Minister's delegation that visited the school consisted of the Minister for Transport Timothy Natuva, along with his Permanent Secretary Francis Keane, the PS for National Planning Peter Wise, and the Commander of the Fiji Navy, Commander John Fox. This morning, the Prime Minister Bainimarama saw the condition of the classrooms that the students study in, where in some cases the desks were damaged or the ceiling had holes. In other cases, the students had to share 4 computers between themselves, and some equipment was not working while others were really old. The Prime Minister expressed disappointment at the state of the school facilities as the classrooms were dirty and he called for the cleaner of the school to do something about it, as the students were entitled to study in a clean environment. Vice-Chancellor of the Fiji National University, Professor Ganesh Chandra, revealed, while there are a lot of expansions planned, the school is running at a loss of $1 million a year.
We need to buy a lot more equipment right through, including in our engineering area, plus in addition to the renovations of the buildings, we need to build another workshop for engineering. At the moment, the workshop is quite small. So for that,
when is that going to be?
Yes. So that will need more funding. So funding for major maintenance of all these facilities, as well as a new workshop there.
The Prime Minister was informed by staff that the last development in the school had taken place some 25 years ago and much was needed. After hearing the facts and also touring the facility, the Prime Minister told the Commander-Navy, Commander Fox, that the Navy was to dedicate all their resources to clean up the school. He told Commander Fox that he would return in 2 weeks' time and expect the school to be spick and span, and that he did not want to see any rubbish lying around.
Pacific Sun has announced that they have completed a $300,000 upgrade of their Twin Otter aircrafts, which will mean better services to outer lying islands like Vanuatu, Kandavu and Taveuni. The changes will mean that the Twin Otters can now fly all year round.
Sticking true to their promise, Pacific Sun has upgraded their Twin Otter aircrafts to ensure that the safety of their passengers comes first. In December last year, a decision was made to upgrade their fleet and install GPS equipment onto their aircrafts, as a study showed that they were only able to fly to the Northern Division or outer lying islands during good weather. General Manager Pacific Sun Shainaz Voz says that in the past it was common for flights to Savasavu, Lambasa or Taveuni to be cancelled due to the bad weather. However, with the new equipment, which cost them over $300,000, this is a thing of the past. Voss says that apart from repeated cancellations, the safety of passengers was paramount, and after a meeting with government, Pacific Sun went ahead with the upgrades.
As of 8th of March, we have gone back to flying in sort of adverse weather conditions. I will not commit myself to saying that in bad weather conditions, because I don't think it's fair to say that. All our pilots have undergone extensive training once these equipment were installed, and are currently still going through training on other aspects of using the equipment. But as of the 8th of March, we're flying in all weather patterns right now.
And for those of you that love traveling to the Northern Division, Pacific Sun has announced further upgrades that will make traveling easy.
We've also gone ahead and worked on a schedule that will allow better connectivity from the Air Pacific international flights coming in from Australia, New Zealand, as well as the US. And in one particular importance of this is we've also allowed connectivity between the islands, say Savasavu and Taveuni, which we were not doing, or which we're not doing at the moment.
Government has welcomed the move by Pacific Sun.
The Ministry is extremely pleased with the way that Pacific Sun's management and board have taken it upon themselves to firstly, and I'm sure we'll all agree, focus very firmly on the issue of safety. There is no way at all that we want any of our friends or family to be compromised in this aspect. And as a result of their focus on safety, and I've heard the director say himself that he would never send a plane out that he couldn't put his own children on.
Fiji is now in the top 2 of the IRB World Sevens ranking after beating New Zealand 35-28 last night in the finals of the Hong Kong Sevens. The national side is still in second place with 109 points, while New Zealand maintains their lead with 111 points. Fiji won a high-scoring Cathay Pacific HSBC Hong Kong Sevens final against the arch-rivals, New Zealand to take its 13th title in Hong Kong. An emotional Fiji coach, Alivere Tindere, said he was very, very happy after winning at his first attempt as coach in Hong Kong and as such becoming one of a very few players to win the Hong Kong Sevens as a player and coach. Coming up after the break, government seeks help from Sri Lanka. MSG leaders told to look into multilateral relations. And airspace opened up.